Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us for the Pike County Chamber of Commerce Municipal Candidate Forum. I'm Dana Sanders, President of the Chamber. We would like to welcome Mr. Rodney Wilson, candidate for mayor for the city of Brundidge. All the questions we asked today have been submitted by members of the Chamber of Commerce. I'm the only one who knows which questions have been selected. Each candidate will be asked the same questions in the same order as their opponent. And now for the guidelines. You will have 60 seconds to introduce yourself. You will have 90 seconds to answer each of the questions. When you have 20 seconds remaining, I'll hold up this yellow card. And when your time is up, at the end of 90 seconds, I will hold up this red card. If you would like, I can repeat a question. Just ask me to do so. And at the end, you will have 60 seconds for a closing statement. Mayoral candidate Rodney Wilson, thank you so much for joining us today. Please take 60 seconds and introduce yourself.
Thank you. Hello, my name is Rodney Wilson. I'm a candidate for mayor in Brundidge. I'm a graduate of Pike County High School. I went to the military and served for 26 years on active duty Navy. And I'm home, retired, and want to continue to serve my local hometown.
Thank you. Question number 1. Do you support clawback provisions in economic development agreements? If not, why not? And if so, what specific clawback provisions do you think are important?
Excuse me, can you repeat the question?
Absolutely. Do you support clawback provisions in economic development agreements? If not, why not? And if so, what specific clawback provisions do you think are important?
Ms. Sanders, I don't understand the terminology of clawback. Is there another terminology that you may be able to use to help me understand what you're saying?
I can't explain a question, but I can move on to the next one if you would like.
Yes, please, if you would.
Sure. The city of Brundidge's population has not grown when some of the surrounding areas are growing. What do you believe is the reason for this, and what would you do to help encourage more people to move to Brundidge?
The reason I think this is occurring is because there's not adequate housing for the current residents that are there. What I would do is explore the possibilities of utilizing some of the lands that the city already owns to lure developers into the community to build more housing and possibly better neighborhoods.
The mayor is responsible for staffing the city. Are there any staff members that you would change after Election Day? If so, what positions would you change personnel?
At this time, I wouldn't be able to answer that question because I'm not sure of who's qualified or the level of qualification they have. But what I would do is ensure that I had the best qualified staff in order to support my mayorship. So if someone needed to be removed because they didn't meet the qualifications or have the expertise that I required, then they would have to be let go.
The city has worked with the Chamber of Commerce and the school systems to establish workforce development programs at the high school level. In light of the fact that schools are governed by school boards and not the city council or mayor, what do you believe the role of city government should be in the establishment of workforce development strategies?
Well, there's several different ways that they can be of support to the school system in the current workforce development programs that they have. But I think that the city should also have workforce development for those people who are not in school, because we have a lot of citizens that like a trade or an avenue by which to seek opportunities.
The Chamber of Commerce is recognized almost every year as a statewide leader in the annual Farm City event. What do you believe are the key programs in the annual Farm City event that you would continue?
Ms. Sanders, I'm not familiar with the Farm City events, so I could not answer that question.
What matrix would you use to determine specific incentive amounts for economic development?
Well, the matrix that I would use would be productivity or areas of growth that I see in the economic arena. So there would have to be some productivity or a avenue by which people are prospering from these developments that before I would support them.
The mayor is a key part of recruiting new industry to a town. What is your strategy for recruiting new industries to Brundidge, and what kind of industries would you like to make a priority?
Well, the first thing I would do is find out what industries, as per the Alabama Constitution or the legislature, that we are allowed to have in Brundidge. And then I would just basically network with those businesses that would probably be suitable for Brundidge, or would be, we could establish a relationship with, to see if there was a possibility to lure them into our town.
The downtown Brundidge area has gone through periods of highs and lows. What do you believe that you can do as mayor to revitalize downtown Brundidge?
Well, the first thing would be to fix up the appearance a little bit more. It's a beautiful town, but I think it could use some updating. And then additionally, we have some buildings that are empty. Whatever it needs to happen in order to make the price affordable for those small businesses that would like to be on Main Street, to get them in those empty buildings, and just have more activities there for people to be able to come into town, maybe for the activities, but have time to do some shopping and visiting the stores that day.
Alabama is currently governed by home rule as a matter of law, and that impacts the ways in which municipal governments in our state can legally govern their towns. Do you support home rule, and why or why not?
I do support home rule, and the reason why is because I think that power is something that has to be controlled, and we have to operate under one government. So with everyone that's under the municipality type of government, we should be operating the same throughout the state.
The Pike County school system has been a leader in things like academy programs and dual enrollment. What role do you think the city should play in expanding and promoting those programs?
Again, any support that the city can provide to the school should be given to the school. Other than that, I think the program should probably continue to grow as far as offering other avenues of receiving that additional degrees before graduation. And it should be opened up to others who may have not had an opportunity to take advantage of this very good program.
It is important for our local representatives to let our state level representatives know what they support and do not support. There is a bill before the Alabama legislature that is being sponsored by Pike County Representative Wes Allen, and it would ban the prescription of puberty blocking or gender hormone altering medications to children in Alabama. Do you support this bill that would prohibit the administration of prescription drugs meant to prepare children to change their biological gender, and why or why not?
Do I support it? Yes, I support this bill. And the reason why is that I don't think that it's man's, I don't think man has the right to change what God has made in any way, or tamper with what God has made in any way.
Representative Allen also sponsored a bill which would make the Alabama High School Athletic Association subject to audits by by the Office of Public Examiners. Would you support that bill, and why or why not?
I would support that bill, and the reason why is because, as I understand it, the association is basically ran by a contractor at this time, and they're not governed by anyone except their own rules. And we should have some type of oversight over any organization that's operating within the state.
There have been efforts in the Alabama legislature to alter the business privilege tax. Such an alteration would uniquely impact chamber members that are all business owners. Would you support altering the business privilege tax?
Could you repeat that question for me?
Sure. There have been efforts in the Alabama legislature to alter the business privilege tax. Such an alteration would uniquely impact chamber members that are all business owners. Would you support altering the business privilege tax?
Yes, I would.
You now have 60 seconds to make your closing statement.
I'm running for mayor because I feel that my hometown can use all of the skills and experience that I have and I've acquired over the years. All I plan to do is stand on the back of those who've come before me, on their shoulders, and carry the torch a little further. I have innovative ideas, plans of inclusion that I think would help Brundidge grow and prosper. Thank you.
This concludes this portion of the Pike County Chamber of Commerce Candidate Forum with mayoral candidate for the City of Brundidge, Rodney Wilson. We hope that you have found this informative. Please remember to vote on August 25th. The polls are open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Thank you, Mr. Wilson.
Thank you, and have a good day.
You too.